What's up guys, Jeremy here, welcome back to my channel. So a week ago I posted a video regarding 5 myths about credit cards, and ever since then I've been getting a lot of questions about how to build your credit or how to fix your credit score fast. So this video is exactly how to do that step by step. Now keep in mind, when I say fast, I don't mean like tomorrow or in like a week or two. None of this information is going to improve your credit dramatically right away. In fact, I don't even think there's any way to improve your credit score dramatically that quickly. It takes time to build your credit, but if you follow the steps that I'm about to tell you in this video, I promise you that you're gonna start to see your credit improve in the next 2 to 6 months. So let's get started. Step 1, the first thing you need to do is you need to press the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It will help my channel grow and I'll really appreciate it a lot. And if you like this video, I promise you that one day your credit is gonna be over 9,000. I'm just kidding, but really just press the like button or it'll make me really happy. Thank you. So in all seriousness, step 1 into improving your credit or building your credit score is you need to understand how credit works. We're gonna start with the fundamentals, and that is understanding what affects your credit and by how much. So if you look at this graphic right here, it's gonna show you that payment history affects your credit by 35%, amounts owed affects it by 30%, length of credit history is 15%, new credit is 10%, and types of credit is 10%. So as you can see, paying off your credits on time affects your credit score the most, followed by how much you owe on your credit cards, aka the utilization of your credit card. So once you understand how credit works, it's time for you to find out your score, or it's time for you to monitor it. Now there's a lot of different websites that help you monitor your credit score. Some examples are annualcreditreport.com, Credit Sesame. If you just go to Google, you can find a lot of different websites that help you monitor your credit. For those watching, I'm assuming you want to check your credit report for free. So the examples that I just gave are ones that you can check your credit score for free. However, if you're serious about fixing your credit score or building your credit score and you're okay with spending some money, my suggestion is myfico.com. I use this, and it's a $50 a month subscription, and every month it tells you your credit report and it gives you your score for 3 different credit bureaus. And those are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Like I said before, every month it gives you a new credit report, and I like this because it gives you a detailed report about everything about your credit. This way you know everything what's going on with the credit if there's anything wrong. All right, time for step 3. So this step is probably the first step you want to do because it's the easiest and the fastest way to boost your credit score really fast. I'm talking about like 30 days fast. And this step is to become an authorized user in someone else's credit card. What this is basically you have, like, let's say a family member who has really good credit and they have a credit card. What they could do is on this credit card account, they make you an authorized user. When this happens, you'll get your own credit card in your own name, but it's really gonna be under your family member's name. And whatever credit score they have will kind of be shared with you. I'm not sure if it'll be the same credit, but I know for sure that their good credit, once shared with you, will boost your credit score. Now, if you do this with one card, or especially like 2 cards, they could definitely use that to boost your credit score very fast. So once you become an authorized user on 1 or 2 of their credit cards and your score goes up, that is when you want to apply for your own credit cards to have your own credit. You'll most likely get approved because of your new high score. Now, after you establish your own credit card account, don't forget that the authorized user's account still affects your account and your credit. If your family member's account is kept in good shape and they make all their payments and they keep their credit good, then your credit will be fine. But if they mismanage that account, that too will also affect your credit in a negative way. Side note, if you want to buy a home, you must establish your own credit. Having an authorized user account as your only source of credit history will not be enough to help you buy a home. I say this coming from experience because I once had a client who, when we were in escrow, we had to cancel because halfway through we found out that his only source of credit history was just an authorized user account from his mom. So once you get that authorized user account and your credit goes up, you want to apply for your own credit cards to establish your own credit. Now, this isn't always easy or available to someone. So let's say you have low credit and you want to build your credit and you don't have a family member or anyone that can make you an authorized user account on their credit card. So you want to skip step 3 and go to step 4, and that is paying off your credit cards one by one. Now, the most common debt that most people have is credit card debt. So if you have a credit card and you have credit card debt, obviously you want to pay that off. If you have multiple credit cards, what you want to do is focus on paying them off one by one. But you still want to make the minimum payments on all the other cards just so you don't miss payment. When you're doing this, you want to focus on the card that has the lowest credit limit first. This is because of credit utilization or your credit use, which affects 30% of your credit. So let's say you have a maxed out credit card and that maxed out credit card limit is $1,000. If you pay off that $1,000, all of a sudden your utilization goes from 100% to 0%. And that looks good to the banks. Now let's say you have the same maxed out credit card, but it's a $10,000 credit limit. If you pay off that $1,000, it just makes the credit utilization 100% to 90%. So you see the difference? So when you have multiple credit cards and you want to pay off debt, focus on the credit cards with the smaller limits first. All right, so step 5 is stop paying with cash. Paying with cash absolutely does nothing for you. It doesn't improve your credit or anything like that. I always make it a priority to pay with a credit card whenever I can. Why? Because different credit cards have different benefits for the different purchases. In my last video, I told you guys that I have 9 credit cards. And the reason for that is because, like I said, each credit card has different benefits. One example is the Discover It card. Right now, they're giving 5% cash back to all purchases done in restaurants. So if I spent $100 at a restaurant, I will get $5 back. Now, if I spend that same $100 at the restaurant, but with cash, I get nothing back. So you see how these benefits work. Although it's small with the 5% and $5 in cash back, but if you scale that on a bigger picture, you can save a lot of money. And again, that is why I have 9 different credit cards. In fact, I don't even like to bring out my debit card when I go out to eat or do anything. And that's because I don't need to use it. And think of it like this. Let's say you go out and you lose your debit card and someone steals it. They take your debit card, they buy a bunch of stupid stuff, and that is your money gone. Your hard-earned money gone. At that moment, you'd feel pretty sick in the stomach, right? Now, if someone stole your credit card and did the same exact thing, that's not your money gone. That's the bank's money gone. The bank will take that immediate loss. And if that happens, all you gotta do is call them, tell them what happened, and explain to them, hey, these charges were from someone else, someone stole my credit card. And usually they immediately credit back the money to you. Now, in what situation would you feel better? When your own money is gone or the bank's money is gone? All right, so step number 6 is repeat step 4. Once you pay off one credit card, stop using that completely and move on to paying off your other credit cards. As you do this, your credit utilization is gonna go down dramatically. And when that happens, your credit score is gonna go up dramatically. All right, so step 7 is get more credit cards. Now, I know what you're thinking, won't getting more credit cards hurt your score? Yes, it will in the short term, but remember that new credit is only 10% of your credit score. If you haven't had a new credit card in maybe like a year or maybe 6 months, maybe apply for a credit card or 2. If your score is at least like above a 700, then you should be able to get approved no problem. Yes, it may hurt your score, but just a little and in the short term. But in the long term, it's gonna help your credit score because you have multiple lines of credit and you have more credit utilization. When I applied to Navy Fed Flagship, they approved me for $25,000, the biggest card that I've ever had in my life. And when I got that actually improved my credit score by like around 11 points. Before that, my biggest credit card was probably like $5,000 limit or like my American Express Platinum. So I think that big jump to $25,000 affected my credit greatly because it increased my credit usage. a lot. So now let's say majority of your credit card debt is paid off and you have a couple credit cards under your belt. Your credit score should be increasing. Now would be a good time to increase the credit limits of your small credit cards. Remember, the more credit usage you have or the higher credit limits you have, the easier it is to use your credit cards without worrying about your credit card limits being maxed out. If you have a couple of credit cards under your belt and you have decent credit, when you go to apply for an increase in credit limit, the bank is gonna look at your credit and be like, oh wow, this person has multiple lines of credit and they have good credit. They seem responsible. Sure, let's increase your credit limits. Boom! And sometimes some credit cards will increase your limits without you even asking. Boom! All right, so once you've done all that, it's time for step 9, and that is repeat all these steps over time. Once you have a bunch of credit cards under your belt, all you need is time. Because remember, credit history is 15% of your credit score. As time goes by, that's gonna increase the length of your credit history. And after that, every 6 months to a year, you can apply for a new credit card and get all the new credit card benefits. I would say rule of thumb is at least wait 6 months to a year before applying for a new credit card. So there you have it, a quick, easy step-by-step plan of how to build or fix your credit score from a low score. Everyone is different and everyone has different financial situations, but I promise you that if you follow these steps and you create good habits with your money, that your credit score will go up and you will be in a better financial position than you were before watching this video. And that will set you up for the future and help you, get approved for credit cards, car loans, and even buying a house. I truly believe that the power of understanding how credit works and using that to your advantage can put you ahead of the average person's life by so many years. If you like this video and you want to see more videos about credit cards, personal finances, Hawaii real estate tips for agents, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And again, thank you guys for watching. Boom!